2 bars. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Karen Hanna, Dean of the College of Environmental Design. I ask that you now give your attention to Christina Linton as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College of Environmental Design's 2005 Commencement Exercise. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the college, I offer congratulations to our graduates and a special welcome to the families and friends who join us today. Please be seated. Many people worked hard for you to reach Commencement Day. The faculty who passed the torch of enthusiasm for knowledge and the ability to perform as professionals in your disciplines. The staff who provide the ongoing support for learning, and to the many other professionals who give their time and energy to make the college function at its best. Let us recognize them. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the distinguished members of the platform party. I ask that each of them stand as I read their names, but please hold your applause until they have all been introduced. Dr. J. Michael Ortiz, President of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. Mr. Jack Dangermond, Candidate for Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. Ms. Roberta Ochtenberg, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees of the California State University. Mr. Louis McAdams, our commencement speaker. Dr. Tomas Morales, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mr. Dimitris Poulakaitis, our mace bearer and the representative from the Academic Senate. Ms. Patricia Ferris, Vice President for Administrative Affairs. Mr. Ronald Simons, Administrator in charge of University Advancement. Ms. Noelle Vernon, Associate Dean. Mr. Gary Fredrickson, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ms. Rebecca Roos, our valedictorian, Outstanding Student, and McPhee awardee. And Mr. Stephen Key, our senior class representative. Thank you all very much. I would now like to call on President Ortiz for his welcome and introductory remarks. President Ortiz.
Thank you, Dean Hanna. There are important moments in everyone's life that are indelibly stamped in our minds. Events like the day you get married or the birth of your children. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those times, a day you will always remember. So take a good look around. These are the images you will carry forever. As a graduating class, you are surrounded by people who served as shepherds for your education. That begins with an extraordinary, student-centered faculty who helped prepare you for this day. In addition, there are people in every one of our lives who supported our educational ambitions. Perhaps it was your parents who gave you the foundation and the impetus to earn your degree, and they may have written a check or two along the way. Maybe it was a spouse or loved one who earned or carried a larger load on the home front so you could focus on your education. In the end, it's safe to say that the graduating class of 2005 did not arrive at this commencement exercise alone. On behalf of all of the graduates, thank you. We do live in an extraordinary era. Technology is moving faster than most people can comprehend. Let me give you an example of this. How many of you have text messaged someone since I began my comments? Believe me, I understand. But it does speak volumes about the world we live in, where information and news move faster than the speed of light. Forget about a bad story in the newspaper. Businesses around the world now have to be concerned about being trashed on a blog. Most people over 40 are now sitting around asking, "What's a blog?" You can tell them after the ceremony. How many of you imagined that your commencement ceremony could be viewed by anybody in the world with access to the web? We have currently over 20 countries that have already tuned in to this ceremony. Well, that's what's happening. So if you excuse me for a moment, I'm going to exercise a little prerogative and say, "Hi, Mom, I love you." Simply put, life is change. We live in a different world than we did 5, 10, 15 years ago. Our society will continue to evolve. Be prepared to embrace change. Remember, technology will allow you to stay current and learn about all sides of an issue. One of the charges of higher education is to develop your decision-making skills. Help build a climate where new ideas and divergent points of view are respected. Identify opportunities and make a difference. Progressive change around the world begins with the work we do in our communities. As rapidly as change is occurring, nothing will take the place of face-to-face contact. I would ask each of you to find time to volunteer. Some of the most important events in my life have been the result of community service. As Malcolm Gladwell's Tipping Point documents, one person can make a dramatic difference in the lives of others, especially those who are less fortunate. I know that each of you is anxiously looking forward to the best part of this event when your name is called to walk across the stage. I'm looking forward to it as well. No matter where your lives take you, you will always be members of Cal Poly Pomona. This is a time when membership truly has responsibilities. You are representing a wonderful university, one that is building national and international acclaim. Much of the success enjoyed by the university is a result of the efforts of our alumni in their professions and in their communities. Carry on that tradition and proudly let everyone know that you are an alumni of this great university. What separates a good university from a great one is the amount of private support that it receives. As you look around our campus, projects like Agriscapes, the Farm Store, Engineering Lab Building, the Collins Schools of Hospitality Management, the Irantani Japanese Garden, the Arabian Horse Center, and BioTrek make this campus special. They would not be here if it weren't for the private contributions. I want you to know that as you advance in your careers, I will be calling on you every now and then to help keep Cal Poly Pomona moving forward by making a financial contribution. I want you to remain connected. One of the best ways to stay connected to your alma mater is through the Cal Poly Pomona Alumni Association. Through the Alumni Association, you can stay in touch with your university and your classmates. And for those of you in the audience who still haven't purchased a graduation gift, there are members of the Alumni Affairs staff out in the audience that will help you solve that problem. As of this minute, the phrase, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life," will have a totally new meaning. This is a new beginning for each of you. I join with the entire faculty and staff of Cal Poly Pomona to say to the class of 2005, congratulations on a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, President Ortiz. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Roberta Ochtenberg, Vice Chair of the California State University Board of Trustees. We are happy to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dean Hanna. It's a pleasure for me to be here and to bring to you all greetings from the CSU Board of Trustees. On their behalf, I extend congratulations to all of the graduates and to all of their families on this very important graduation day for the College of Environmental Design. Best wishes to you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Trustee Ochtenberg. Now I would like to introduce the senior class representative from the Department of Architecture, Stephen Key, who will present the senior class gift to President Ortiz.
Thank you. President Ortiz, Dean Hanna, members of the stage party, and fellow members of the class of 2005. It is tradition at Cal Poly Pomona for the members of the graduating class to leave behind not only memories and friends, but a lasting gift to the campus for the future students at this, our alma mater. The gift from the class of 2005 are benches for the Japanese garden, which will make the serene setting more enjoyable for future students, faculty, staff, and visitors. President Ortiz, it is my pleasure to present to you on behalf of the graduating class of 2005 our gift to our alma mater, Cal Poly Pomona. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I want to thank the class of 2005. The gift that you are leaving will certainly be something you can come back and enjoy when you visit the campus, and the generation of students that follow you will also get much enjoyment from this gift. Thank you very much.
At this time, I am pleased to have the privilege of presenting the 5th annual Julian A. McPhee Honor Award for Student Excellence. Julian McPhee was the founding president of Cal Poly Pomona. He provided more than 35 years of dedicated service to the citizens of California. Because of his visionary leadership and astute negotiating skills, Californians can point with pride to two of the nation's finest universities founded on the educational principle of learn by doing. This special award was thoughtfully funded by an anonymous donor who was a colleague of Julian McPhee, and it honors a current graduating senior who exhibits excellence in his or her academic endeavors. It is now my pleasure to present the Julian A. McPhee Award to the Outstanding Scholar of the College of Environmental Design. This year's honoree from the Department of Art is Rebecca Roos. Rebecca Roos is graduating today summa cum laude with a BFA in graphic design. Rebecca started her academic career at Cal Poly Pomona as a Kellogg Scholar and has maintained her high GPA ever since. Rebecca has been awarded the President's Council Scholarship as well as the Art Department's Diane DeVelbus Scholarship and is the Outstanding Senior. Rebecca has participated in a number of creative activities, including working with faculty on professional publications and exhibiting her artwork in both on- and off-campus venues. The Art Department and the college are proud to recognize her outstanding academic success and contribution. President Ortiz, would you please join us at the podium? Each year at Commencement, I have the privilege of recognizing individuals from the college community who have excelled. As I read the name of each recipient, I ask that they join me on the stage. An award is given to a graduating student from each department who is recognized for excellence in academic performance, design capability, and contributions to the life of the department and the college. All have distinguished themselves as members of our environmental design community. In the interest of time, we will simply introduce the students from each department and call all of them to the stage at once. These students are at the top of their classes, and their achievements are described in your program. They are each dedicated to their disciplines, and they have excelled in their educational pursuits. Please hold your applause until all of the students are on the stage. From the Department of Architecture, we are honoring two students, Stephen Joseph Key and Charlie Fernandez. From the Art Department, we are honoring Rebecca Roos. From the Department of Landscape Architecture, we are honoring Alan Compton. And from the Department of Urban and Regional Planning, we are honoring Ernesto Chavez Saca. In January of 2004, Colin Hotelling, a member of the graduating class of 2005, was studying architecture at the Danish International School in Copenhagen when he suffered an apparent heart attack and died. He was an outstanding student, among the best in his class. He was a friend to his classmates and an inspiration to many. His parents, Keith Hotelling and Patty Lewis, who are joining us by webcast today, have established a scholarship endowment in Colin's name. We ask that you join us as we remember our lost colleague who would have graduated today, Colin Hotelling. On a happier note, today we are honored to recognize an individual who has contributed significantly to his profession and to worldwide humanitarian efforts. Jack Dangermond received his first degree here at Cal Poly Pomona, a Bachelor of Science in Landscape Architecture. He then completed 2 master's degrees in Planning and Landscape Architecture at the University of Minnesota and at Harvard University. Mr. Dangermond is most widely revered as the founder of Environmental Systems Research Institute, or ESRI. ESRI was founded in 1969, initially as a consulting firm offering digital mapping and database services, which came to be known as Geographic Information Systems, or GIS. Over the next couple of decades, ESRI developed a large suite of GIS products that assist public agencies and private companies in dozens of market sectors. These GIS products assist in managing cities, preserving and managing natural resources, locating businesses, and in community planning. ESRI is known as a very successful firm with dynamic employees in offices worldwide. ESRI is the world's largest supplier of GIS software and services. But Mr. Dangermond is being recognized today not only for his brilliance in developing this GIS empire, he is being recognized for his humanitarian efforts. ESRI has provided emergency GIS support worldwide, working with local agencies, NGOs, and relief organizations during and after events such as Hurricanes Mitch and Ivan and the 9/11 attack. ESRI continually donates products and services to organizations such as the World Monuments Fund, the American Society of Landscape Architects, and dozens of universities in countries around the world. Let us recognize a man who is a strategic genius as well as a generous world citizen. Cal Poly Pomona and the College of Environmental Design are extremely pleased to recognize our alumnus, Jack Dangermond. I ask that Mr. Dangermond, President Ortiz, and Trustee Ochtenberg come forward to the lectern for the conferral of the honorary degree.
Few people know the planet Earth as well as Jack Dangermond. A visionary leader, Dangermond founded the ESRI, the world's premier developer of geographic information system software that is used in the academic environment, in government agencies, and in the private sector. But his personal contributions to the people of Earth are what make this 1967 Cal Poly Pomona landscape architecture graduate extraordinary. Dangermond works on behalf of the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and UNESCO initiatives, including the Humanitarian Information Center in Iraq. Through the Humanitarian Information Center, ESRI has provided software and training materials as well as teacher training to Iraqi nationals in support of the country's redevelopment efforts. He has been formally recognized by the United States State Department with the Distinguished Public Service Award for outstanding contributions to national and international affairs, the Lagasse Medal of Excellence in the Management of Public Lands and Natural Resources in the Public Interest from the American Society of Landscape Architects, and the EDU-CAUSE Medal for developing outstanding technology-based teaching and learning programs in geography. Jack Dangermond has served on NASA's Earth System Science and Applications Advisory Committee, the Task Force on National Digital Catastrophic Standards, the National Science Foundation, and the National Academy of Sciences Committee on Geography. In recognition of an unparalleled professional career and great personal contributions to the global community, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and the California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, are proud to confer upon Jack Dangermond the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. President Ortiz.
It is with much pride and satisfaction that I award this honorary doctorate to Mr. Jack Dangermond. And I say that for two very special reasons. One is that he is the first Cal Poly Pomona graduate to ever receive an honorary doctorate from Cal Poly Pomona. And secondly, he is your model. He is your model graduate because he takes intellect and he joins it with concern, and he demonstrates that throughout his life, and I anticipate that those will be the things that you do when you leave this campus. By the authority vested in me as President of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, I confer upon you, Jack Dangermond, our highest honor, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, honors, and opportunities it conveys. It is an ancient custom to invest those who receive academic degrees with hoods that designate the degree bestowed. I will now make this investiture. Dr. Dangermond.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sit down. Thank you, President Ortiz. And it's a great honor to receive this doctorate from my alma mater. That's really a wonderful thing for me, you might expect. I have three things to say to the graduates here. First, I like Cal Poly. It was a great education for me. It was a school that educated me and my whole family, as it turns out, including my lovely wife, who's been my partner for life. Yeah, I know, it's a perfect story, isn't it? Second, you are, that is the environmental design dimension students, are about to launch a new career. It'll be an important career. It'll make an impact on the world. You have been trained to be designers. There is only a few people in the world that have that prestigious role and designation and responsibility. I love the concept of design because it is built into our mind, this idea, or design is built, well, what can I say about it? It's perfect. Being a designer is someone who creates. They can be in service to the world to create a future world that's better than the world we have today. In many ways, that's your responsibility. So congratulations. This is a special day for you. And I'd like to simply say, good job. Prepare yourself. Enjoy it for a little time, but then get out there and do it. So congratulations to you, but also congratulations to everybody behind you. Turn around and look at them. They are amazing. You have been lucky to be supported. Right, exactly. Yes. He's over here. I was lucky too. I had a great family. I had a great group of parents and brothers and sister, and they really helped me make it, which is one of the stories I want to share. I was also lucky, actually beyond belief, because I found something that I really liked. And as you move out, I'd like you to think about that. It's a rare thing to have somebody work as hard as I have worked in the last 35 years and work like crazy. You can't imagine how hard I work. And you might ask the question, well, why? Because I found something that I just love. I found what people call a passion. I mean, it's uncontrollable to me. I get so excited about my own work. I'm lucky. And I would challenge you to look around. It may not be exactly the most exciting thing in the beginning in terms of career, but if you can find that perfect thing, then I assure you that you'll play at 100%. And playing at 100% is like so thrilling. Have you ever played at 100%? You've just put it all out there, and there's just like, whoa, what excitement. Find that thing and go for it. So congratulations to all of you, and again, thank you for this wonderful distinction. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. In 1986, Lewis McAdams founded the Friends of the Los Angeles River, or FOLAR. As the original voice of the river, FOLAR has watched, guided, and cheered as the river's health increasingly becomes a concern of local government, community-based nonprofits, and private stakeholders. Understanding that effective urban watershed restoration is necessarily complex and long-term, and that meaningful success must involve multiple stakeholders, FOLAR has formed alliances over the years with the State Water Resources Control Board, the County Department of Public Works, the Department of Water and Power, the Department of Recreation and Parks, and local and state officials to conduct research and find solutions for restoring the watershed. FOLAR has also had the good fortune to work with the Museum of Natural History on the first survey of the biota in the river and the California Coastal Conservancy on avifauna, and invasive plant life. In addition to founding and guiding FOLAR, Lewis McAdams is an accomplished author and poet. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Lewis McAdams.
It's an amazing honor to me to be here today. This is the first graduation I've been to since I graduated from college, and I've pretty much forgotten how it went. It's an honor to be here today with Jack Dangermon, who has in fact changed the way we see the world. And I'm here, of course, to salute the graduates of Cal Poly Pomona's distinguished schools of architecture and landscape architecture and art, urban and regional planning, and the Lyle Center for Regenerative Studies, and their families and their friends and their teachers. But I'm also here because I want to salute an extraordinary group of College of Environmental Design grads who are already out in the world, already in the middle of their careers, and all of whom are engaged in a range of projects that are advancing the great work of restoring the watershed of this coastal megalopolis, this space-age Marrakesh, this immense gypsy encampment along the Los Angeles and San Gabriel rivers. I want to hold them up for a minute, not only as paragons well worthy of admiration and gratitude, but to emphasize to you guys the rich swatch of opportunities you have in front of you. Let me quickly mention a few of their names and very briefly describe what they do. Peg Henderson of the National Park Service's Rivers and Trails Conservation Division Assistance Program has been the guiding light in the recreation of the De Anza Trail, which crosses Arizona and California and commemorates the group of people that founded San Francisco. There's Lynn Dwyer and Scott Wilson, the co-founders of the great tree plant and park building organization Northeast Trees. And Lynn is also a consultant to the cities of Los Angeles and Pasadena and has the distinction of being overseeing just 2 months ago the first concrete taken out of the Los Angeles River system. There's Kathleen Bullard, who ran the Los Angeles River Center for the Mountains Recreation Conservation Authority and who's now works for CH2M Hill, an immense organization of landscape architects and engineers. And I'm proud to say both Lynn and Kathleen are on the boards of Friends of the Los Angeles River. There's Jessica Hall, the Bayona Creek Watershed Coordinator. There's Calvin Abe, whose firm Calvin Abe and Associates is internationally involved in landscape design. Every one of these people is a shining example of those who've been able to accomplish the amazing, daunting, but completely possible task of making their avocation their vocation, uniting their heads and their hearts, and doing what they want to do, following their dream. I'm a poet by profession. All the other work I do, books and magazine pieces, op-ed pieces, letters to the editors, fundraising letters, newsletters, outrage letters, website update letters, even our very organization, Friends of the Los Angeles River itself, is fueled not necessarily by money, but by poetry. The improvisational, explorational nature of poetry is the principle that I work with. One of the things that Friends of the Los Angeles River does is every year we put on a great Los Angeles River cleanup. First year we did it, there were 30 people. Now there's 3,000 people down on the river on a Saturday morning just to pick up trash. During the last few cleanups, we've taken out about 25 or 30 tons of recyclables and refuse each year, which may seem like a lot, but really it's nothing but a drop in the slop bucket that pours out of the mouth of the river and onto Long Beach beaches during any one rainy season. Yet I recall a river cleanup years ago, back when we attracted maybe 500 volunteers, when I was out on the river on a sandbar trying to unravel shards of dried out polypropylene. The bags that protect your clothes when you pick them up at the dry cleaner are made of polypropylene, from the trunk of a Washingtonian date palm, and I suddenly began to worry that eventually the cleanup would run out of trash Unfortunately, since then I've come to realize that you can no more run out of garbage in the LA River than you can run out of human ignorance. Buddhists talk about taking bodhisattva vows. A bodhisattva is one who makes a decision not to enter nirvana until every other sentient being in the universe has been enlightened. Graduation day is a wonderful time to suggest to each of you, artists, landscape architects, urban designers and planners, take your own personal spiritual vow that at the end of your career, the Los Angeles river watershed, or whatever watershed you finally settle in, will be a better, healthier, richer, greener place. Now I come to the fun part, the cheap advice. Begin as you mean to go. That is to say, don't defer your dream. It takes a lifetime to perfect your craft, so get after it. If you want to create a De Anza trail, start working on it this afternoon. As Van Morrison once sang, there are guides and spirits all along the way who will defend you and protect you. Remember Yogi Berra's famous words, if you don't know where you're going, you might end up someplace else. 2, as long as you've been in school here, teachers have been hammering into you the idea of sustainability, that your work adhere to principles of sustainability, that your work commit to the long run. I think it's an admirable principle, but I would just add, don't forget personal sustainability. Sustainable living means self-renewable living. Don't be too hard on yourselves. Just by dint of the professions you have chosen, you will become agents of change. And the only thing sustainable is change. And finally, I'd like to leave you with one fairly radical idea. That those people, and I guarantee you'll meet them, some might even be members of your own family, who tell you you can't eat inspiration, they're wrong. Not only can you be nourished by inspiration every day of your life, but that by seeking such nourishment, you can use it to build a great career. You must find ways in your work to encourage and support your clients or your constituencies or your friends' positive sides, their idealism. If you can succeed in that, people will be so grateful for the inspiration, they'll be happy to join you in creating a better place, a better community, and a happy, healthy life. And I guarantee it, you will have created yourself a life worth living. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. McAdams. I would now like to call on Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tomas Morales, to present the candidates for the master's degrees. Provost Morales.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the Master of Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture, and Master of Urban and Regional Planning please rise? President Ortiz, I present to you Master of Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture, Master of Urban and Regional Planning. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the master's degree, You have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture, and Master of Urban and Regional Planning, with all the rights, honors, and opportunities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
As we proceed through the March of the Graduates, each graduate will have a picture taken by the professional photographers, and each graduate who turns in a photographer's card at the reader table will receive a proof. Ushers, please take your positions to help marshal the candidates. Faculty members who will be hooding the candidates, please come forward. Will the candidates for the master's degrees please rise? Each candidate should approach the stage as directed by the ushers, with your hood folded over your left arm. Stop at the reader table, proceed to the platform to receive your diploma cover and to be hooded, and then recess down the center ramp and back to your seat again as directed by the ushers.
We now will begin with a hooding of the Master of Architecture graduates.
Max Kwok. Dag Compo. Ozzy Gonzalez. Izu Yang.
Christopher Joseph Preciado. Diana Ramona Costea. Ming Huo. Kenneth Wong. Kate Lynn Wiseman. Ezra Allen Williams. Jason Ko Chan. Kirsten Amy Christensen. Brent Allen Reekers, magna cum laude. Naomi Maslin.
Quinn T. Vo.
Gina Michael Menzie, summa cum laude.
Nathan James Pollitt. Ty Casey.
Have we finished?
Sarah Merrill Peterson. Marcy Elizabeth Anderson Hoy. Melena Pamela Frieden. Xing Wen. Emmanuel Ida Malutas.
Michael Buffalino.
All right. We will now begin the hooding of the Master of Urban and Regional Planning graduates.
Renee Marie Crookston. John Brian Foote. Patrick David Prescott. Daniel F. Uhas.
Teresa Lynn Batson.
Ruby Francis Tronson.
Edward M. Wiafi. Faye Gilbert.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Art, Bachelor of Fine Art in Graphic Design, Bachelor of Science in Landscape Architecture, and Bachelor of Urban and Regional Planning, please rise. President Ortiz. President Ortiz, I present to you the 2005 candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Environmental Design. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended for their degrees by the faculty of the California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the baccalaureate degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Art, Bachelor of Fine Art and Graphic Design, Bachelor of Science in Landscape Architecture, and Bachelor of Urban and Regional Planning, with all the rights, honors, and opportunities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. In academic tradition, the student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel on the mortarboard on the right side. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left and joins a select company. In recognition of your new status, will all recipients of the baccalaureate degree move the tassel to the left once...
To the class of 2005, I commend you for your effort and accomplishments. Will you now please follow the ushers as you approach the stage to receive your diploma covers. Will the candidates for the Department of Architecture please come to the stage?
Thank you. Hold on.
Bachelor of Fine Arts, Graphic Design, University Scholar, Rebecca Molly Roos, summa cum laude.
Stephen Joseph Key, cum laude.
Charlie Walt Fernandez.
George Escoto.
Gladira Carbajal.
Jessica May Ungos.
Rochelle Campomanes.
Gabriel Hilario Legaspi.
David Tan Chow.
Engelbert Giovanni Zapata.
Billy Maurer, Jr.
Sanjay Shanbog.
Martin Robert Garcia.
Casey Jerome.
Mia Eleanor Martinez.
Anna Cristina Castro.
Jade Taylor Ming, cum laude.
Michelle Christine Russell.
Christopher James Savage.
Lauren Paul Smith.
Matthew John Perry.
Jeffrey Adam Levy.
Nicholas Michael Kramer.
Oliver Philip Enauen, cum laude.
Nadia Cecilia Aguilar. Christopher Leslie Maddox.
Chetty Chukuma Chinindu.
Tony Christopher Davis.
Jamal Carr.
Roland Ray Homer, cum laude.
Brandon Kalani Sukama.
Ayin Trujillo.
David Ricky Almada.
Raquel Mercedes Contreras.
Jeremy Richard Grant.
Dorothy Hang Tui V.
Gustav Paul Hewley.
Jingqi Wang.
Rita Cycli.
Richard Lee.
Sergio Alfredo Lichuga.
Efren Soriano.
Dennis Jusuk Park.
Nebi Nazar.
Edwin Liu.
Juan Fernando Garcia.
Alvin Chen.
Janet Aparicio.
Felix Manasa Canyon.
Jesus Gabriel Cortez.
Zhang Yul Jimmy Lee.
Lilian C. Diaz.
Zenaida Reyes.
Cesar Martinez.
Luis Molina.
Antoinette May Acosta.
Fernando Flores.
Suk Hoon Hong.
Gerson Alberto Gomez.
Brian Kim.
Candice Lee Myers.
Jason Sanjen Lee.
Rafael Pancho Iniguez.
Ken Nikui.
Daniel Santos Cermeño.
Ann Tran.
Steve Kwang Yoon.
Michael Edward Klein, summa cum laude.
Stephen Mann.
Morgan Nicole Bordnave.
Madani Girma.
Emery Ann Banag. Catherine Nicole Graham.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Fine Arts please come forward?
Brandon Anthony Klingon.
Andrew Michael Munoz, cum laude.
Henry Laviaga Pisano.
Ryan William Kolditz.
Catherine Lynn Covington, summa cum laude.
Charles Edward Cawthorn IV.
Angie Lee. Lai.
Jason Mulligan.
Erica Louise Neverill.
David Nguyen.
Brenda Dianara Garcia.
Tyler Charles Rochelle, cum laude.
Margarita Eugenia Castaños.
Julie Hong Lam.
Lily Tran.
Anne Marie Simon.
Christine Priscilla Torres. Alexandria Williams. Roseanne Marie Nichols.
Olivia Tang.
Jacob Wheeler.
What's your last name?
Lenny Concepcion Evangelista, cum laude.
Misty Shemay Blackman.
Adrian Campos.
Santiago Oleas.
Lyndon Du.
Suling Chang Pong, magna cum laude.
Raham Abdelaziz.
Christina Chaidez.
Lena Patel.
Vincent Von Espinoza, cum laude.
Abigail Galan Diokno, cum laude.
Christopher DeLosa, cum laude.
Manuel Montemayor Tadena.
Abraham Daniel Percival.
Judith Jaramillo.
Andy Ferrero.
Julie Ann Childs.
Richard Song.
David Leo Harris.
Philip Matthew Aldred.
Charles Lee Prompong Satorn.
Mark Shane Kabakoy Balagat.
Christopher Gerard Resplonder. Anne Marie Zarate Garcia.
Elliot Sid Alexander Aparicio.
Raymond Lee.
Jonathan Joseph De Leon.
Carrie Teng.
Jose Carlos Valenzuela.
Maria de Jesus Valdez.
Kathy Thuy Wynn.
Stella Ixon, cum laude.
Sandra Wisa.
Cynthia Enciso.
Madali Ahmad.
May Toledo.
Kwok Lu.
May Park.
Esther Jin Mi Kim.
Win Mike T. Pham.
Leewell Anthony Capino Cruz.
Timothy James Zor.
Larry Allen Jaime.
Jennifer Marie Annan.
Teresa Marie Arca Argonza.
Kelly Shelton.
Danny Lemus.
Kenny Leung.
Luis Guinto Del Rosario.
Sang Vin Huang.
Brent Yukio Horada.
Irene Albert Simon.
Laura Michelle Dills.
Desiree Diane Vargas.
Doro Rafael Duran.
Yuki Priscilla Hano.
Shogo Nishiyama.
Laura Colleen Henneforth, cum laude.
Fan Zhou.
Thomas Craig Horlek, magna cum laude.
Fong T. Win, magna cum laude.
Ryan Robrigado.
Win K. Chang.
Tina Mahendra Patel.
Kenny Chuan Yang.
Maria del Carmen Ochoa Castro.
Naomi Cristina Martinez.
May Liu.
Don Ho.
Connie Salazar Bowie, cum laude.
Danny Hua.
Young Ka.
Marianne Mathathorn.
Christine Ju.
King Wong.
Polly Wong.
Rachel Lamb.
Angel J. Chen.
Pauline Wu.
Norel Ariane Falcon.
Janie Ma.
Joshua Jeremy Stephan. Elgadioni Liman Suhendra.
Noella Chiong. Suna Waikan Chan. Eric Huang. Erica Renee Preston. Joel Isaac Monares. Daniel Ian Sutenkane.
And now will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Landscape Architecture please come forward.
Alan Ayers Compton. Eric Chi Liu.
Charles Foley.
Tracy Marie Williams.
Yohei Ota.
Kimberly Keeney Thomas.
Joshua Scott Duncan.
Margot Marie Blanchard.
Alfred Paul Kassar.
Eric Edward Brinkerhoff, magna cum laude.
Daniel Wayne Daly.
Dino Kokonis.
Jesus Espinosa.
Daniel Tujin, cum laude.
Morgan Michael Itzel.
Dina Carolina Carmona, cum laude. David Corral. Rosalía Serena.
Marcos A. Turcios.
Courtney Amber McNeil.
Jeffek Evan Ramirez.
Kang Hasigawa.
Gerardo Antonio Guardado.
Pamela Lynn Brown, summa cum laude.
Luis Armando Sandoval.
Ineda Reyes.
Kristen Lynn Thatcher.
Jose O. Enriquez.
Redalyn Sarmiento Geeting.
Sandra Lee.
Salacia Laish Martin, cum laude.
Brandon Michael Petrunio.
Ana Luisa Garcia.
Joseph Dominic DeVito III.
Lam T. Wynn, magna cum laude. Yvonne Khan, cum laude. Eduardo Salvador Gonzalez. Jesse Gutierrez.
And now will the candidates for the Bachelor of Urban and Regional Planning please come forward.
Ernesto Chavez, summa cum laude. Lorena Godinez. Juan Carrillo.
Ramiro Alexander Gutierrez.
Morvarid Nakshina, cum laude.
Kimberly Ann Castrita.
Mohammed Fodahabadi, cum laude.
Lumaro Conseco.
Juan Carlos Torres.
Jose Luis Hernandez.
Scott David Webb.
Norma Covarrubias.
Yara Julissa Jasso.
Alfredo Belmonte.
Andrew Anthony Gonzalez.
Dominic Ian Perez.
Gregory Douglas Kapovich.
Yolanda Salas Polter.
Jose Luis Ibarra.
Brenda Sue Mantle.
Kezia Ray Valenzuela Tano.
Jose Ricardo Villegas.
Tyler Travis Bliss.
Paulina Morales.
Fabio Gallo.
Russell William Bunham.
Christian Hinojosa.
Genevieve Albina Ortega.
Aaron Archbold.
Oscar F. Graham.
Billy Satyan Kitwanid.
Paul Yan Chen.
Samuel Hosea Ludiman.
Jin Pio Hong.
Gabriel Noriega, cum laude.
Alberto G. Fontanez.
Austin Clark Silva.
Sean Patrick Callagher.
Will the entire class of 2005 please rise? Audience, please join me in congratulating the College of Environmental Design class of 2005. All of us here owe a debt of gratitude to the parents, husbands, wives, partners, and other significant family members who have encouraged, in many cases sacrificed, to make it possible for these graduates to come to the university. We salute them and ask them to stand for a well-deserved round of applause from the class of 2005. Thank you. Please be seated. Let us now recognize our musicians, Malin Moore and the Promenade Brass, and Christina Linton. Everyone is invited to join us for a reception in Building 7, that's way at the top of the hill, after the commencement ceremony. The art department is having a reception as well at the Kellogg Art Gallery. At this time, I would like to remind the graduates of their future role in shaping the physical and cultural environment of this region and of the world. I ask that you take your role seriously and apply your knowledge and energies wisely. Will the audience please remain seated during the recessional? At the conclusion of the faculty recessional, our 2005 commencement will be formally concluded. Thank you for being with us.
There's two more.
Ow.
There's two more.
If I could have said one more 8-bar phrase, I would have.
They're done.
Very good, guys.